y'all. Today's date is Wednesday, June 9th. It's about 2:30 in the afternoon, which will probably be about 2:30 in the morning in North Carolina. Sorry it's been so long since I got back to y'all, but a lot has been going on here. Um, but today is really, I don't know, it's been an okay day, but I was kind of irritated about my registration situation, which has kind of put a damper on my afternoon because I thought I would have all my registration stuff straight, and it is not straight, but I can't let it dampen my day too much. But anyway, I have a lot to say because a whole lot has happened since the last time I was on. So, first of all, as the trip has gone on, we've experienced a lot of things. We've seen a lot of things. But one of the things I feel like we've done a lot of is eating. We've eaten a whole lot and a whole variety of things, and thankfully not on all on our dollar. Last week we went to an Indonesian restaurant and we ate a one, two, three-course meal. I think came for a salad, main course, and dessert. Yep, three courses. Um, First course was a little salad. I didn't really like the salad like that, but the main course had uh, chicken, it had a vegetable curry, which was actually kind of spicy, and of course some rice. And it seems like every single dish in this area of the world has either rice or noodles. Never both, never both, but excuse me, it's usually one or the other. So they had a lot of rice to go around for everybody at this Indonesian restaurant. As the dessert, they actually gave us fruit. That it was not a sweet anything. It was fruit. They had watermelon. Yeah, watermelon's the only one I can remember, but it was a few of them. Ones that we eat here in the U.S. Well, over in the U.S. So that was unique. It was a good experience. It was good to eat food that you're really not used to. And since Indonesia is not a part of our trip, it was really interesting to eat their food, especially considering they're just across the water from us in Singapore, but you can't drive to Indonesia like you can Malaysia. After we went to the Indonesian restaurant, a couple days later, we ate at an Indian restaurant in near downtown, and they shut down the entire restaurant for us, and it was really good. It was really good. There wasn't a part of it that I didn't like. They had a lot of different foods. Once again, based on rice, a lot of rice, as I said, every dish in this side on this side of the world. Um, Spicy. It was spicy. They had this. They had a ginger drink and a mango drink. The mango drink was like a pudding. I had the ginger drink, which tasted kind of like church punch, the punch we have at our church. So it tasted really good. And afterwards, we explored. We walked to Chinatown, which was really interesting. We saw Chinatown and all the red and all the shops that they have, and we even saw people selling stuff like it was one of those 1995 commercials for the as seen on TV stuff. They were one guy was selling a mop out in the street, which was really interesting. And someone told me that it's kind of like the old Chinese way to sell things on the street and demonstrate them in front of everybody. So that was really interesting. I didn't buy anything because I haven't taken orders from everybody at home yet, but I'm gonna take orders and then probably go back and buy some stuff. But it's real touristy. But it was. I'm glad I went, and I'll be back. What else did we do? I have a list of things here. Um, Yesterday we went to the Asian Civilizations Museum, which was in downtown Singapore. That was interesting. We saw art from different Asian societies, whether it be ancient Chinese societies, ancient Indian societies, things like that. And we also kind of walked around the area and we learned about how Singapore came to be, which is an interesting story to say the least. I'll talk about that in another entry because my time is kind of running near, but I'll talk about that real soon. But the story of how Singapore is came about is really interesting. And the big thing is it came about really in the last 45 years. Singapore did not become an independent state as we know it now until 1965. So if you look at Singapore now for all the skyscrapers and buildings and development, you just have to keep in mind that all this happened in the course of 45 years, which is not long at all, at all. So the Asian Civilization Museum in the area around that was real interesting. And while we were there, we had lunch at a Vietnamese restaurant, and that was a buffet. Yet again, bunches and bunches of rice, chicken. Then they had beef there. I didn't try any of the desserts because it was. I think they had a lychee something. Lychee is a fruit, and I tried lychee and it was not good, so I didn't have any of the dessert. But I had two servings of food, and it was really good. It was really good. Also, a bunch of people went to Little India, the Indian section of town. I was not able to go, but I was talking to somebody in our group and learned something new. Um, she's black, and she was talking about how she felt that people were looking at her differently because she was black. And, well, actually not because she was black. I thought it was because she was black, but she was actually saying that she was looked at in an odd way because of the caste system that's still in India that's very much based on skin color. And she was talking about how people were staring at her and staring at her and staring at her because she's dark. She's about my complexion, maybe a little darker. And it gave me pause because I didn't go to Little India, but I planned on going. And it's just in my mind, I'm thinking about how I'm going. Probably have to deal with everyone staring at me, especially if I'm not in a group like they were when I go. But it's not going to stop me from going. But it's just something that was on my mind that I wanted to speak about. So we'll see what happens when I go to Little India. They have a 24-hour shopping mall there that I really have to go to. So I'll let y'all know how that is. This weekend we have our homestays. We are staying with spending Saturday, and then Saturday night, and then Sunday, and come out Sunday night with people who live here in Singapore. So that'll be interesting. I'm staying with well, we're grouped. The 25 of us are in different groups. So I'm in a group with two girls that are in um, our trip and our experience, study abroad experience with us, and we're staying with a woman who I think went to UNC, but she is from Singapore and she's living in Singapore. So that's going to be interesting. I have to let y'all know about that later. But overall, things are still going well. They're still going well. Having a lot of fun, seeing a lot of things, and getting more and more used to my group. As I said, I didn't really know many of them before I came here, so of course it takes time, but we're all meshing fairly well. Classes are going well. We're really enjoying the history class. Really learning a lot in the history class about why Singapore is the way it is, and learn about how tough the government is. But when I hear about how tough the government is, it makes me realize, well, they were tough, but it has truly paid off to the point where it's so developed and so westernized. And not to say that development equals Western, but it is extremely developed by anybody's standards, Eastern or Western. And to know what happened in the course of 45 years is amazing to me. So we learned about that in my religions class. That it's a work in progress. It's coming along. It's a work in progress. I'm trying to understand things. We have all these long readings. I'm trying my best to understand. So that's not coming quite as easily, but it's still okay. But overall, things are well. I'm gonna try to be better in terms of getting more of these up. 'Cause a whole lot is happening, and YouTube only gives you a limit of like 10 minutes. So I really got to work on getting in more entries in because you're limited. But nevertheless, I will talk to y'all later. Keep praying for me, and I'll do the same for you. Talk to y'all later. Bye.